City boy, city boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's your boy, Nate the Great, with another video. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This is going to be your Smackdown review. We're going to go by it, go through it segment by segment, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get on into it. So they started off with the good old recap. Lasted about 5 minutes where they were, just basically talking about all the shit that's gone down, last week with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes and this, that, and the other. Nobody really cares. Who cares? Cody comes out for his promo segment where he's in his suit. He always has to come out, his weekly segment in the suit, where he talks about, whatever. Like, even though he said, like, even in him trying to not say, what do you want to talk about? He still had to put it in there. Normally I ask, what do you want to talk about? But I think we all know what we want to talk about. Like, is this really the champion, bro? Like, is this actually the guy, bro? Is this him, bro? Let's just get this shit over with, man. So Drew comes out and spares everybody the fucking boredom of Cody Rhodes' promo. Cody was talking for about 2 minutes about, how Kevin Owens, put him on the shelf, basically, how he's not cleared to compete. Kevin Owens done whooped his ass so bad he can't compete. So Drew McIntyre comes out. He saves everybody from this shit, but he offers some more shit. So the first thing he does when he comes out, he gives Cody a hug. I was highly confused when this happens. He told Cody that, he was here to help him and this, that, the other. Gave him, the dick suck for the company. Oh, we're going in the best time in WWE history right now. This is better than the golden era, better than the attitude era, better than the PG era, better than all the eras. When it comes to the in-ring, I'm like, shut up. And then he says that Cody is the quarterback, right? He's the quarterback of this new era that they're in. And so it's all basically, thanks to Cody that they're in this position. That's basically what Drew was saying, right? Got to do the dick suck, of course. The dick suck is always there. Cody offers Drew McIntyre a WWE title shot. And Drew didn't necessarily turn it down, but he didn't even acknowledge that he even gave him a title shot. Like, so it's even worse than being turned down. Like, this is the only time in WWE history where I've been a fan where the champion is begging people to fight for his title. This is the craziest shit that I've seen. Like, people are being offered title matches, and they are not taking them. After Cody Rhodes offers him the title, he says, I'm not here to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. Right? He gets out of the ring. He tells Cody, hey, you should watch your back. And then right at that very moment, Kevin Owens attacks Cody Rhodes from behind. And they get into the brawl. Then you get the obligatory security breakup that has to happen every single week. Every single week we get a brawl and the security guards come out in full force and break everything up. Whatever. Next thing up, we get the Andrade versus Shinsuke match. All right. The crowd was dead silent. All right. For both guys, like, nobody gives a fuck about this. Shinsuke won the match. LA Knight came out, beat him down, beat his ass into a circle, and then cut a decent little promo. Apollo Crews, Apollo Crews, Pretty Deadly, and the Legado del Fantasma, they had a quick little backstage segment. They had a brawl between Legado del Fantasma and fucking Pretty Deadly. Nick Aldis broke it up. After this, there was a commercial, and then after the commercial, Nick Aldis was talking to Pretty Deadly. What was he talking about? Who gives a fuck? Pretty Deadly and DIY, they had then a little backstage segment type promo where basically DIY was telling Pretty Deadly that if they made sure that If they made sure that DIY walked out with the championships tonight, then they would get a tag team championship opportunity. Next up on the card, we got Piper Niven versus Chelsea Green. And, not Chelsea Green, Piper Niven versus Michin, I done fucked up in my notes. Piper Niven versus Michin, all right? Now, during this segment, I'll give Corey Graves credit. He actually made me laugh, all right? He actually made me give a little chuckle here, all right? Corey Graves, he says, Michael was talking about, he was talking about getting a cushy position in Chelsea Green's cabinet since Chelsea Green is the new women's United States champion. And Cole was asking, like, what part of it are you going to be in? And Corey Graves said, I'm thinking about being the minister of propaganda. And I thought that was kind of funny. So whatever. Note to this match is that Piper is a fucking jobber. Michin twerked in the middle of the ring for what I guess Michael Cole said that's called the long back attack. I'm over it. I'm so over this feud. This shit's been going on for too fucking long. I had to look it up, right? Because this feud's been going on since at the very least September, right? Like it's been going on at least since September. We're in 2025 now. All right? And the feud is somehow, some way not over. Somehow, some way, this feud is still not over. All right? Nobody gives a fuck about this feud, but somehow, some way, this feud is not over. Michin hits the eat defeat for the win, and I'm over it, man. I'm over it, but obviously Triple H is not. Naomi had a crappy little vignette, right? I'm not interested at all. She's talking about what it means to glow and all this shit. I don't care. I could care less. All right. Paul Heyman cut an in-ring promo. All right. Solo interrupted, telling Heyman that he'll be holding the Ula Fala during the match, and that once he wins, Paul Heyman will be Solo's wise man forever. I like, it was a decent segment, I guess, but I seriously could care less. I couldn't care less. The Motor City Machine Guns, they had a vignette as well, right? We just coming strong with the vignettes tonight. Very boring. Very fucking boring. We're talking about, I thought we were friends with Johnny Gargano. It's been crazy when you know somebody for so long. What I noticed about they're just so fucking old, bro. Like, they're so old. Like, and they're talking about, I thought he was my friend. We've been friends for like, bro, you're fucking 45 or some shit, bro. Like, there's no way that you're talking like this, bro. Like, this shit is not compelling. They're not imposing looking. Like, they don't look, we're the most revolutionary tag team of all time. Who the fuck knows you guys? Nobody cares. The only people that know who the Motor City Machine Guns are, okay, is marks. People that watch TNA and people don't watch TNA anymore, bro. Like, they just don't. They just fucking don't. All right. I could give a shit less what the Motor City Machine Guns are doing because they're in their mid 40s, and who cares? Who fucking cares? Anyway, all right. So then, anyways, Motor City Machine Guns, they go up against DIY next. Nobody cares. Neither team got a pop. All right. What I do want to talk about in this match that I thought was interesting was the fact that now all of a sudden the story that the announcers are trying to tell is that Gargano is the bad guy in this situation, or Gargano is the weasel, or Gargano is somehow using Tommaso Ciampa now all of a sudden. But just a couple of weeks ago, Tommaso Ciampa was just bulldozing over Johnny Gargano, not letting him into matches, whooping motherfuckers' asses on by himself, this, that, and the other. And they're saying that, this was a part of Gargano's plan all along, and this, that, and the other, and he attaches himself to... I almost bursted out laughing when Michael Cole said this shit. He said Johnny Gargano attaches himself to stars and then uses them, and I said, to stars? Who? Name one star in the ring right now, bro. Who is it? Alex Shelley? Nigga, what? Name one star in the ring currently. Like, that shit almost had me curling up, busted up out of my seat. All right, because that was like, who the fuck are you fooling? Tommaso Ciampa is not a star, never has been a star. He's been doing some decent work these last couple of weeks as far as his heel work. And I even like what Johnny Gargano, his set in the segment with Pretty Deadly that they had backstage. I actually, I thought it was pretty good, right? I thought, they seemed like they actually had some character. Finally, right? They finally had some kind of character. But anyways, Pretty Deadly and Los Garza, they interrupt. The match ends in DQ. Who cares, right? Also, there was a Saturday night main event advertisement tonight, so they'll be back on the 25th. That'll be whatever, I guess. Hulk Hogan was doing the promo for it, so maybe Hulk Hogan will actually be there this time. We'll see. Nia Jax, Candy LeRae had a little backstage segment. Who gives a fuck? They were just talking about Tiffany again, whatever, right? Then Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes had a backstage segment. They got interrupted by the Usos, who came up behind them. Carmelo Hayes was basically telling Sami Zayn, like, hey, if it wasn't for Braun Strowman getting involved in our match last week, then I would have beat your ass, this, that, and the other. The Usos come up behind them. Hey, do we got a problem? And Carmelo Hayes does not know who's behind him, so he's like, nah, I got it, right? I got this handled. I got the situation handled. And then they step around and step beside him, go and get behind Sami Zayn now, and they're like, nah, do we have a problem here? And then Carmelo Hayes just walks away. So yeah, that was the segment there. Cody and Nick Aldis had a backstage segment after this. Who cares, right? They're basically, Nick Aldis was saying, oh, you're being dangerous right now. I'm probably just going to end up putting you on the shelf. Cody was like, no, I get to call my shot. You're the GM, but I'm the champ, this, that. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Nick Aldis is a cuck. That's just what he is. Both of the general managers are cucks. That's just who they are, right? So the next match we get of the night, we're on hour 3 now. Thank God, right? Thank God, right? Like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. I miss 3-hour shows. I missed 3-hour shows tonight. A lot of people who actually aren't fans of pro wrestling, all right, they've been saying that the 3-hour show is too much, this, that, and the other, right? The Mark's saying that, oh, well, if Triple H is only able to focus on those 2 hours, those 2 hours will be better. The show just feels a bit more fleshed out when there's actually 3 hours and there's extra time to have more segments and more matches. I like 3-hour shows. So let's go ahead and get into the Nia Jax and Naomi match. Basically what happened was Nia Jax ended up winning, right? Because of course, right? And finally, after 6 months of will she, won't she, maybe she will, maybe she won't, Tiffany Stratton finally did the damn thing. She finally went out there and cashed in that title, cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase. So basically how the end of the match went is that Candice LeRae was getting ready to get involved. Bianca Belair came around the corner, started whooping Candice LeRae's ass. And then Tiffany Stratton came out, did a fake cash in, flipped the referee over the barricade, and that caused a distraction, so that way Nia Jax was able to win. Cool. Then Tiffany used the briefcase to beat Nia Jax over the head off of the top rope, and then she threw Candice LeRae into the steel post. For some reason, Bianca Belair was like, fuck it, I'm just going to hit this bitch with a KOD. So she hit Nia Jax with a KOD. Really decent spot. Like, that was, like, the way that Bianca and Nia Jax sold it, you could just tell that, there was a lot of weight, right, on her shoulders, and she was able to get it over. And, the crowd really enjoyed that. The crowd really popped for that. And then Tiffany finally did the damn thing. Like I said, she finally cashed in, and we have a new WWE Women's Champion. finally. Okay, and I will give credit where credit is due. Nia Jax did a really good job with what she was given during this title run. I think this was her best title run so far, and this has been her best run in the company so far. So hats off. I tip my hat to Nia Jax for this title run. I know that this is going to be a feud probably until WrestleMania. I hope not. I hope they end this shit at Royal Rumble. But we all know how Triple H is. He has to stretch shit out. If we have Chelsea Green and Michin in a feud since fucking September, and it's January, and they're still not done with that shit, I'm positive that they're going to keep the shit going at least probably until motherfucking 2026. I don't know. So after this, we get our Bloodline versus Bloodline match, OG versus New Bloodline. It was pretty entertaining. Jacob Fatu, he has I Love You Solo. He has that shit so over. That shit's so over with the crowd. You can tell when something is really over with the crowd, with the audience, when they're like they're finishing it for him, right? So he was about to hit, the Samoan ass on Jey Uso in the corner, and right before it, he says, "I love you," and the crowd just finished it for him, Solo, and he goes to the ring, goes to the other side of the ring, gets ready to hit the ass on him. Jey Uso moves out of the way, and then that was that. Whatever. For some reason, Drew McIntyre interrupted the match. I know that they're trying to, I guess, make Drew McIntyre into something again with the Bloodline. I don't know why, but whatever, they're doing that now. But yeah, obviously the New Bloodline won this match because Roman Reigns has to win on Monday. So yeah, that was that. That was pretty much it for this episode of Friday Night Smackdown. This was it was a decent episode. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Right, there was some okay matches, some okay segments. I popped a couple of times, I guess, for the Tiffany Stratton thing. Not even because it was something so grandiose and something so amazing. It was just because finally, right? This shit is finally getting somewhere. Can we finally move on to something else? The next part of the story, you know what I'm saying? She's been fake cashing in for 6-7 months now. Can we please move the fuck on and do something else? So I popped a little bit for that. I popped a bit for Corey Graves in the Minister of Propaganda, that line. And the Bloodline match was pretty damn good as far as the in-ring work went. Everything else was it was mid, right? It was mid. LA Knight, he came out, gave his 2 promos. Oh yeah, he had another promo right before the Bloodline segment where he basically just said that he was going to whoop Shinsuke's ass. Every time he saw him, stomp him into the ground. Decent backstage segment or backstage promo. So that was that. So yeah, I give this episode a 4 out of 10. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was a pretty average show, and it was okay. I enjoyed my time. I'm glad that the show is 3 hours, to be honest with you. So yeah, there's that. Let me know what you guys thought about the show in the comments. Like and subscribe if you guys want some more. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on, baby. We have Raw going to Netflix on Monday, right? We have Raw going to Netflix on Monday, so we'll be getting a review for that. So stay tuned for the weekend. I got a couple of videos coming out this weekend as well. And then we'll have our review on Monday. So let's get into this. See you soon, motherfuckers.